I am at the end of my work day. So much going on today. I started earlier than usual because I needed to get out there. I plan to be out at the as many clearings as possible if I can't be out there. Having my team out there, having allies out there so that we can have more eyes on what's happening. You can't just sweep up the poor. Um, I know that during these election cycles, people wanted to paint me as messy, but I'm all about the truth. They wanted to paint me as, oh, she just wants to get on the council so she can antagonize and mess with the mayor and his administration. I don't have time for that. They're going to dig their own holes as they already are. I don't need to spend extra energy doing it. I was getting on that council to give the people a real voice. Every time I run for office, the purpose is to open up the processes, to open up and make sure there's transparency and that people can participate fully in this process so that I can get out the way. Because I don't want to be like these gatekeepers in my 50s and 60s. I gave a lot of my life already to this work, and I plan to do more. And that's why I changed positions even in the nonprofit work, because you can get so used to being around certain people, your environment changes, and I like to be connected to the ground and connected to the work, and it always has to be advocacy and organizing. I mean, even right now, we have representatives from the DOJ in another side of my office who are meeting with my team and talking about the report and things like that. If I don't take up space I don't need to take up. When you see me speaking up or speaking out about an issue, it's because it's very important and people's lives are impacted by it. I want to improve lives in Louisville. I want to improve lives across Kentucky. I have a 120 county focus. I'm starting with Jefferson County because we have a real opportunity to seal in the changes that we deserve and we need. I don't need all these reports to know what's going on, to know about the corruption, but the reports help show the connection to funding and finances and all the things that are connected, and hopefully helps wake people up who do need the reports, wake those stakeholders up who don't believe us when we say we've been abused, or they've arrested me for no reason, so it's hard, when the people who are lying and making up things about me to discourage the support for me are a part of the problem. They're a part of the system, and whatever personal gain they get for trying to step on my ambitions is what they get. I'm gonna be fine as I stand in my truth. I don't have to remember a bunch of things because I'm always gonna speak the truth to you all, and I'm always gonna own up to my part if I made a mistake. I'm not perfect. I'm a workaholic. Be glad some of y'all don't live with me and you don't work for me. I can be a lot, but my intentions are good and they're pure, and I care about our city. I care about this city. I want to make sure that my young kids and your young kids and anybody's young kids have an opportunity to survive and thrive. I'm just now in a thriving mode, y'all, in my 40s. And it feels weird sometimes because it's so easy to go back to survival mode, especially when you're being attacked or being hurt or going through a lot of pressure, or you're dealing with a lot of lies and corruption. It's easy to be discouraged. So it's important to me to make sure that I put it out there and I tell this story, because if you don't tell your story, somebody else tries to tell it for you. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen for you. I don't want it to happen for me. And I know how important it is to have, you're working. You don't have time to maybe engage in politics as much or engage in social justice efforts. So you depend on the people you appoint or that get appointed or elected to serve you. The problem is they have a hidden agenda, and they don't like to deal with me because I don't have a hidden agenda. What you see is what you get. I don't live two lives. It's just one life. And because of the people with the hidden agendas, it makes it hard to get things done. And I don't want to become what I'm fighting against. I don't want to mimic the corporations we're fighting against. I don't want to become the gatekeepers who are stopping progress. I don't want to be a GGG. Gatekeepers, they make gaps in services. They operate like gangs, and they block a lot of good opportunities, and they let grifters suck up all the funding and the money and the support. And those grifters are black and white and women and men and Latinx. They come in all shapes, sizes, and from all backgrounds. Don't be fooled. It's not just white people who are making it hard to get things done. There are a lot of people who look like us who are participating because they get personal gains. So, accountability is universal to me. Accountability is across the board, and we need to make sure everybody's being held accountable, no matter what it is that's going on. And don't be afraid to speak up. This is the time, you all, where your voices are being heard more. And this is a time to speak up and speak out against, like this. No more, it's probably backwards now. We had a failed drug war that we're all surviving these failed policies around. And it makes sense to do what's right by people. I was heartbroken today to see this morning. They said to me, Shamika, why don't they open up some of these buildings so we can go in and have housing? Why do they do this? I saw some of them pack their things up and go right across the street. It's like playing a game, we moving from here, you go over here. And how much money is being used to do this, right? How much resources that could be put right in their hands. I drove the young woman away who I know has nothing, and she had a dog, and they said they couldn't transport her because she has her dog, and her dog didn't have a crate. Of course you can't carry around a crate and all your belongings if you're living on the street. And then a lot of them just was like, what are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to go? Women's Center, Women's Up Center, and shout out to them, is amazing, but they have limited hours. They're only open to noon. We need more 24-hour services, you all. And places that open early and stay open late. It was good to see St. John's Center out there, but they was giving out bus tickets and stuff. They don't have the capacity to take everybody from these encampments. Feed Louisville doesn't either, and the Arthur Street Hotel doesn't either, but they're constantly filled with filling in the gaps. Hope Village the same way. They want to do more. Hip Hop Cares is doing amazing work. There's a lot of groups that are doing really good work, but they just need more capacity and more support. And we need more brick and mortar. We need more places to open up for people to go in and have low barrier options, right? But if it's not white flag, there's less options, right? If the weather's good, there's less options. And the later it get, there's not as many options as the day grows. So we just need to remember that. I just wanted to just give you all an update. I just got to notice that the beds are first come, first serve. And like one will pop up and then it's gone. I noticed from my family having to call the homeless hotline until we got placement. And when you have a big family, it's even worse. And when you have a pet, it's worse. When you're in a wheelchair, it's worse. So it's just like, can you, powers that be, put your heads together and offer real solutions instead of just moving people around? Like, it's just disgusting. And then when I run for office, you all want to rally together and come up with all the solutions to stop me, and don't give me a fair chance to let the people decide. I just think this is just ridiculous. I'm not out to get Greenberg and his administration. I'm not sore about what happened, but I am vigilant. I am watching. I am paying attention because it matters, right? And there are people who still want me to run again, and there are people who still want me in leadership. So I have to make sure that I'm paying attention and I know what I'm talking about, and I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work, y'all. Probably doing too much. Leave it to my kids. But I am doing the work, and I'm going to cut this video short because it's just under 10 minutes. I just want to tell you all to keep going. Visit vocalkentucky.org to learn more about our work. I would like to have a group of people that comes out and watch these and watch the cleanings, clearings, relocations, because when we have eyes out there, less people get arrested and they treat people more with dignity. And they give them more time to pack up their stuff. I was able to get there early with reporter Joe Gerth and help and warn them, and then also help some of them get ready to get out of there. And yeah, I'm just thankful for the people who show up and show out. But we need more churches doing this. We need more respectable entities being a part of watching what happens to our houseless community. Thank you. We deserve better. We get there together.